Greetings, people of Earth. My name's Jax. Welcome back. So, I just found out that a good friend of mine has lost a pretty young family member. And it's really hard to describe grief and the loss of somebody. I find it particularly hard when it's someone who's super young. Um, you know, they had so much life in front of them, and unfortunately it was a freak accident. It was the result of bad timing in the wrong place, a split-second decision, or just horrible luck. And if you've been watching these videos for a long time, you'll know that I've lost several people. In particular, two of my best friends in a car crash a few years ago. And it's so weird to try and keep going, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's so hard to wrap your head around it. I had talked with them a few days before, and then suddenly, one of their dads is calling me saying they're gone. And I'm trying to kind of figure out what to say, and there's really nothing you can say. Letting someone know that you are there for them and you're thinking about them is kind of all you can do, because as much as we rely on our community and our family and the people around us, dealing with something like this is incredibly personal. And you're going to be angry, you're going to be sad, you're going to cry yourself to sleep, you're going to wake up and think it was all a dream, and then have to kind of rediscover the pain and the difficulty it is to lose someone. I don't know about you guys, but when my grandparents passed away in their 90s, it's easier to wrap your head around it. You kind of always expect it. There's this thing in the back of your mind with a grandparent or a parent that you love them so much, but you know that life has a finite amount of time. But when you suddenly lose somebody in a traumatic or unexpected event, it is so hard to come to terms with that and to grieve and to feel like you're going to be okay. Losing a sibling or a friend or a cousin or whatever it might be who had so much still left to do here is so hard. And I guess in this video, what I wanted to say was, I'm sorry that it's not okay, and it's not fair, it's not right. These people really never leave you. I can speak from personal experience that the people I've lost from my own generation, these people who I thought I'd have a lot more time with, they really do never leave you. When I was recently traveling abroad, there were many times where I'd come up to some gorgeous scenery or a really fun experience, and I just thought, my people aren't here to see it, and they never got to experience this particular thing, and they would have loved this. And that is something that I will always carry with me. And if you've experienced a similar loss, I'm sure you carry that with you as well. What I try to do, and this is my own thing, I'm not recommending it to anybody, but what I try to do is experience life for myself, but also for them. I try and, knock on wood or take a moment every now and then, more often now than I used to. And I take this moment to think about them, and kind of enjoy my life on behalf of them, enjoy what I'm experiencing or what I'm seeing or those kinds of things, and have a little appreciation for who these people were and how much they would have enjoyed this thing. I'm trying my best in this video not to talk about religious belief, because depending on your belief about where we go afterwards, it can be a very sensitive subject and a very touchy subject. My own personal belief is that I really don't believe that we are just erased or we're gone after death. But I think even if you are someone who does believe that, you can still feel as though you have a right or responsibility or a passion or a motivation to live life to the absolute fullest. You know, like I really feel as though that my friends and my grandparents and some other people in my life who I've lost but loved forever, they aren't gone in many senses of the word. You know, physically they're not here anymore, but these people will always hold this incredibly special spot in my life and in my heart. And I feel a sense of, I guess, privilege. I was going to say duty or responsibility, but I think it's more of a privilege that I'm not just living my life for me. I'm living my life for these people who, you know, can't physically hang out anymore. Like, we can't go and have a drink or gossip or the things we used to do. But that doesn't mean that they no longer matter and they're no longer here. And so I do take a moment quite often, especially when I'm appreciating life and the beauty of it and the good side. I take a moment to really think about them and hold them in my heart and remember the good times and kind of almost imagine them with me, because in a deep sense, I really do believe they are still with me. You know, their memories, their lessons, their ridiculous proclivities for getting into just the most ridiculous stuff. And they will never leave me. So when you're dealing with someone who you've lost, or you have a connection to someone who has lost somebody, I think it's really important to let the people know that you love them, you really care for them, that if they need anything, you're there for them. And just take a moment to appreciate how amazing it is that we are still here, that you still get to do the things you do. And I'm not asking you to check your privilege or any of that kind of stuff. But what I'm asking is that you really take in everything you can in life, because these moments remind us that nothing is promised, and those closest to us can leave the party at any moment. And so you have to enjoy it, take pictures, connect with these people, talk to them, share your dreams and your aspirations, and hopefully they'll do the same. And if, God forbid, one day you're not at this party or I'm not at this party anymore, you can at least appreciate that you were there and you had a beautiful time. So sorry that this is a bit of a downer. It's such a shame and a tragic loss, but we have to continue for these people. We can't give up. We have to continue loving life, doing everything we do, finding ridiculous situations to get ourselves in, eating beautiful food, finding beautiful locations, and connecting with beautiful people, because that is the best way to honor those we've lost. thank you for listening. If you have any stories or things you'd like to share about somebody who's no longer at the party, please leave them down below. And please be very respectful to those who have the courage and want to share the loss of somebody. I love you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day, month, year, century, whatever you're having. I hope it's amazing. And as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.